Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Franco. Today we're going to be taking a look at a different cryptocurrency exchange platform, whatever you want to call these guys, because today we're looking at crypto.com. These guys have a lot to offer in the cryptocurrency space. Pretty well everything you're going to need. So there's a lot to go through in this video. I'm not going to be going in depth into everything, because if I were to go completely in depth into everything, we'd be here probably forever. So maybe in some later videos I could look at some of these features in particular a little bit closer, because I reckon a lot of these could have entire videos of themselves. But for now we're just going over a brief overview of crypto.com, everything they have to offer, and to help you guys ultimately decide if they're the right exchange for you. So for those of you that don't know, the first question here should really be, what is crypto.com? So I've got written here, crypto.com was founded in 2016 and is now based in Singapore. Crypto.com's goal is to accelerate the world's transition into cryptocurrency. So pretty well these guys are looking to get more and more people into cryptocurrency with everyday features that you're going to see in this video, such as Visa cards, your different types of wallets, your DeFi wallets. They offer exchanges. They have a lot of different things, so everyone can kind of get a taste of cryptocurrency. It's important to know though, where are these guys available? What countries can you use crypto.com in? Now that's going to be most countries for the most part. So what we've actually got here is where are they available, but we've actually got where they're not available, because that's probably going to be a lot quicker to go through. So if we just scroll down, I probably won't read out every single one, but you can see on this that there are there's actually not that many places to go through really. If we just go down to the bottom, the only one that's really gonna, I think, affect any viewers of here would be New York, of all places. If we scroll down to the bottom here, where are they? United States, New York. New York is the only state in America where crypto.com is not available for some reason. I've got no idea why, but I'm sure there's just some rules and regulations that separate them out of that. But for the most part, most major countries, crypto.com is going to be available in. You're going to be able to access most of their features. Some features, however, vary from country to country on what you can access. So for example, in Australia, we can't get as many of the features in the crypto.com exchange. We can't, there's some, I haven't used the crypto.com exchange overly, but there's some trading things that we can't access, and we'll get to that later. I have written it down. Alright, now setting up an account with crypto.com. Now crypto.com does not have a desktop version for the main app, so you're not going to be able to use the main app through your computer. You can use things like the exchange through the computer, but the main app is going to be all done through your phone. So you just download the app, sign up using an email address, and then some proof of identification. So that's typically going to be like a driver's license and a provided photo or something along those lines, to so you can verify yourself and make sure you are who you are claiming to be. Alright, and then once we have the crypto.com app, depositing fiat. So this part here, we're going to have a look in the app, because it'll make things a little bit clearer. So if I just load this up in 1 second for you guys. Alright, so in the app here that we've got, so if we see along the top here, we've got buy, sell, deposit, and pay. So all we're going to do is go into deposit. Now you can deposit crypto. So if you have some crypto sitting on a different exchange that you want to deposit, you can do that. Or if for most people, you're probably just going to want to deposit fiat. Just hit fiat. Now I've already got Aussie dollars set up, but you can set up whatever currency you want. So I click on Aussie dollars, and then we scroll down here, and you can see, so this is the NPP and the BPay. So this is completely free. I think, did I skip a bit? No, I didn't. Sorry. So the Aussie dollar, so you just go on here where we were, and they're going to give you an email address and a customer reference number. So what you do is you just go into your bank account, you go pay someone or pay someone new, and then you find the email address part where you can put someone's email in. That's often going to be like in the little extra section, like if there's a plus sign or something on when you're looking for where to send it. Email address is probably going to be in there, and you just need to make sure you have that reference number that's on this, or not that one in particular, but your reference number in the reference, maybe even in the description to help, and then you just send that through and it'll be in your account in no time. It normally takes only a couple minutes for me, maybe 2, maybe 3, but it is generally effectively instant. And then if we go to BPay, oh, it's loading. It's being a bit slow at the moment, of course. There we go. So you can see, I don't use BPay, but you can see there you get given a biller code and a customer reference number that you can use, and it's pretty well the same thing. Now those are completely free. There are some small restrictions. You can see transfer at least 50 Aussie dollars and up to 10,000. Now the BPay is a bit slower, but if we go into, it's loading again, of course. Whenever we go to shoot a video, my phone it dies. But you can see here, $20 and up to 1 million Aussie dollars takes an average of 1 to 4 business days. It's normally instant for me, but you also see that you can top up, or you can purchase crypto or top up your Visa card directly using Apple Pay. However, there will be a 2.99% fee. So if we have a look at that, so say we wanted to hit, we're back on the home screen now, say we wanted to hit buy, and then let's just say hypothetically we want to buy Crow. Now you could either buy from your Fiat wallet, so when you deposit money using your NPP or BPay, that's going to go into your Fiat wallet, which would be here, which we're selected now, but obviously I don't have any. But you can also hit Apple Pay, see that we've got selected at the moment, and then I could just buy 1,000 Crow or however much money I wanted to say. I just wanted, $10 worth of Crow. I could do that, but there's also going to be a fee attached with that. And that's like with most cryptocurrency exchanges. When you go to deposit money using a debit or Visa card or something along those lines, there's going to be some sort of fee attached to that. It varies a little bit, but it's generally around that 3%. So it's really nothing special or bad for Crypto.com. It's pretty stock standard for the most part. Alright, now if we do scroll down a little bit further here, so we know how to deposit money. We're able to deposit money. Money's in our Fiat wallet. Or as we said before, you could just purchase using Apple Pay directly. So if we go back, we were pretty well in the right spot where we just were, but we'll hang on, we'll just set it back up. So as we said before, so we want to buy cryptocurrency, so we go buy Crow, and then there it is there in your Fiat wallet, and you just select how much you want to buy, or you could even sell some Bitcoin or something. So I've got a really small amount of Bitcoin and ETH available at the moment that I could sell to buy some Crow, but I'm not going to. At the moment, it actually says insufficient balance. They got a minimum buy. But yeah, and then you just hit Aussie dollar or your AUD wallet, and then you just hit buy, and it's all there, done for you. Now it's important here, so whilst Crypto.com advertise zero trading fees, they often have large spreads particularly for low liquidity coins. So Crypto.com aren't going to advertise a fee as such. If you look at places like Coinspot and stuff, when you're buying and selling, they're going to say, hey, this is what our fee is. That's how much you're getting charged in just our fee. And then there will be a little bit of a spread. But Crypto.com don't actually have a fee as per se, but a lot of people will notice that there is quite large spreads. So say, for example, the buying price of one Bitcoin might be, $30,000, but then the selling price might be, $26,000, which is quite a large spread, and it's, it takes away a lot of that advantage of having no fee at all. It's just a huge spread that ends up, basically being a larger fee anyway. But if you wanted to use Crypto.com for trading and avoid fees, I think the exchange, I've got written here, Crypto.com offers the Crypto.com exchange for trading as well as DeFi Wallet, but we will get to that later. So pretty well, you're not going to really want to be buying and selling heaps and heaps of crypto on the Crypto.com app. As you're, trying to look for profits or something. If you're looking to trade, you're probably going to use the exchange, but the Crypto.com app is good if you're just looking to buy, hold, maybe access some of the rewards, the earn feature or something like that. So you've probably heard me talk about Crow a little bit in this video already, or Cronos. Now, what is Cronos? The Cronos token is the native token of the Crypto.com app, exchange, DeFi wallet, and blockchain. This is similar to BNB being the native token of Binance. So basically, Crypto.com have their own coin, kind of like Binance having BNB. And just like BNB has the Binance exchange and the Binance blockchain, Crypto.com have the Cronos chain and the everything on the Crypto.com app being run through Crow. So what you're going to see is all your rewards are going to be paid out in Crow. Users who hold more Crow will access greater rewards or lower fees. This is going to be a trend that you're going to see a lot throughout the video when we're talking about the Visa cards and the exchange, where things are being paid out in Crow. People who hold Crow are getting better rewards. And that's very similar to what Binance do. You know, with Binance, their Visa cards, you get paid out in BNB. If you hold more BNB, you're going to be getting, better rewards or lower fees on your transactions in the Binance blockchain and whatever else. And that's very similar with Crow. The Cronos, so I've also got written here, the Cronos token is used to facilitate transaction within the Cronos blockchain and the network. So this is also important because people who buy Crow to help them use the Crypto.com ecosystem, they're not just solely reliant on Crypto.com being a fantastic business and turning over profits and allowing great rewards for users. There's also other things that back up this token, like the Cronos blockchain and the DeFi space they have growing in there. So there's tons of different utilities that people have made with the Cronos blockchain. And of course the Cronos coin, the Cronos coin, or Crow, that token facilitates all those transactions. So it does have that extra layer of utility, and it kind of helps secure your investment a little bit more. And it's not so 100% attached to Crypto.com as a company per se. So one of the main features Crypto.com offer in their main app is their Crypto.com Earn feature. Now that allows users to lock up their crypto assets for a particular amount of time in order to earn effectively interest as a reward for their lockup. So the way this works, so the rewards are paid weekly. Now the Crypto.com Earn is a tiered reward system, as well as users who have staked in the Crypto.com Visa card being able to access better rewards. So this is kind of where we get into the Crow utility, where people who have more Crow or use the Crypto.com Visa cards are going to start to get better rewards for this. So we'll go into this a little bit here. We do have the Earn feature here on their main websites. So you can see private members enjoy a 2% per annum rewards distributed in Crow. So if we just scroll down here, they offer 1.5% on Bitcoin, 2% on ETH, 4.5% on USDC. However, this is a tiered system, we have to remember. So the more you lock up, the less you're going to receive. So if we scroll down here, we can kind of enter any amount that we want with any of the tokens that they offer, and it'll give us kind of our earning amount, the rewards rate, and how much that's going to be weekly. So when you're getting paid out every single week, how much that's going to be. Now it is important to note, so how does the tiered system work? So we'll go back to here. So tier 1 allocations are up to $3,000 US. So this is going to be the full reward. So if they're advertising 1.5% on Bitcoin, you can allocate up to $3,000 and earn that 1.5%. But this is going to be across all of your earn features. So if you've already got $3,000 in Ethereum staked, and you go to stake any amount of money in Bitcoin in the earn feature, you're not going to access that full reward unless that Ethereum then comes out, opens up some space for the tier 1 rewards, and then you can put Bitcoin in. But it's only $3,000 across all your tokens. So tier 2 is then 0.5% of that reward rate after your tier 1 quota is filled for the next $27,000. So that first $0 to $3,000, you're going to get the maximum rate, whatever they're advertising, and then that $3,000 to $27,000 in all of earn, you're going to be earning half the reward. So for example, with Bitcoin at 1.5%, say you might have Ethereum, $3,000 worth of Ethereum, earning that full reward, that full 2% for Ethereum. But then that next Bitcoin, whatever you put in, is only going to be earning half of 1.5% or 0.75% per year as a part of the tier 2 quota. And then tier 3 is pretty bad, to be honest. So you receive 0.3% of the tier 2 rates after tier 1 and tier 2 quotas are filled. So once you're in that 30,000 plus area with the Crypto.com Earn, you're literally going to be earning 0.3% of 0.5% of the tier 1 quota. So really low rewards, and it fades off very quickly with how useful it is. So for smaller users with less money, the earn feature is excellent. You don't have a lot of money in your account, but you're able to access those higher reward rates, and it becomes pretty valuable. But if you've got $1 million to spare or something, you're probably not putting it in the Crypto.com earn feature. Probably going to be looking elsewhere. We'll talk about some other areas where you could possibly put that money if you have, that over $30,000 or something, where you're going to be earning bugger all money, really. Where else you could put it in Crypto.com, because they do have lots and lots of different areas to put it. Now, users with the Jade Green or Royal Indigo card, so that's the $4,000 card. We'll talk about the Visa cards in a second as well, don't worry. Access a higher earn rates. So you can see here that when we're talking about Crow lockup, so those with $4,000 to $40,000 in Crow, they're going to be earning kind of the standard rate, is what pretty well how they're advertising it. And you remember how we read earlier, private members enjoy an extra 2% rewards distributed in Crow. So that would be your $40,000 or more. So you can see here that just along here, so 5.2% goes to 7.2%, with 2 of that being a Crow reward. So you're going to be earning, in this case, we've got USDC, $5,000 on a 3-month term. You're going to be earning 5.2% per annum in USDC, and then an extra bonus 2% in Crow. So it's pretty good if you've got that extra, if you've got $40,000 in the Visa card program or locked up somewhere in Crypto.com. The earn feature is actually pretty good. You're 7.2%, that's a really good rate. I mean, if we have a look at something else, let's say Bitcoin, you're going to be earning 3.2%. Not amazing, but there's really not a lot of places that are offering 3.2% on Bitcoin at the end of the day. So if you're willing to lock it up for that 3-month period, it can be pretty valuable. Same with ETH, 3.6%. Not a lot of places offer 3.6%. Unless you're looking at DeFi, it is a pretty good rate in general. But then on the other hand, if we're looking at less than 4,000, let's go back to USDC. We're looking at 3.6%. So a really small return. If you have that $4,000 a Crow, so Royal Indigo or Jade Green card or higher, you're going to be getting 5.2%. But then same thing again. If you've got that Icy White, Rose Gold, Obsidian card, 7.2%, which is far, far better. So that's kind of where the utility for the Cronos coin is. But also, how can you access the best rewards? And yeah, that's all we've got here. So users with the Rose Gold or Icy White, so $50,000. Or sorry, that should be $40,000. It's 50,000 Aussie dollars. Access higher earn rates as well as the extra 2% APY in on all crypto in the earn feature. So this is a good website to go and have a play around with, see if the rewards are really worthwhile. It's just crypto.com/US/earn. So this is just like, it's all in US dollars. So sometimes the Crow lockup will vary a little bit, but in general, the percentages are all the same. So you can see, we've got heaps of different coins we could go. Let's say Solana. Let's say I wanted to do $10,000, $10,000 US, and yeah, we'll just keep that at 4 to 40,000 with a 3% 3-month lockup period. And you can kind of see how the percentage rate is changing. So say we did $1,000, we're going to be accessing that full tier 1 reward of 4.5%. But as soon as we raise things up to $10,000, we drop to a 2.93% per annum. That's because of the tiered reward system. So anything above $3,000 is going to be half of what you earn. So half of that 4.5%. So about $7,000 of this is earning half of 4.5, so 2.25. And the first $3,000 is earning the full 4.5. So you can see how they kind of incorporate that. And you also have to take into account how long the deposit term is. So you could do 1 month, which is going to lower your APY again, or flexible. So you can kind of see the rewards in Crypto.com vary a lot. So if say, Bitcoin on a flexible term and you don't have any Crow staked, you're earning bugger all. You know, your $10,000 is going to earn you $10 a year, or your $100,000 is literally going to be earning you $100 a year in interest. So pretty bad. But then on the other hand, if you've got the maximum and you've got a flexible, 2.4%, that's pretty good. So it varies a lot. It depends. It's up to you guys how much you're willing to invest in Crypto.com. Whether you want to access the Visa cards to help the Crypto.com earn, it's all a bit of a way up as whether it's the right one for you guys. So Crypto.com offers its users the Crypto.com Visa card. Users can invest in Crow, the native token of Crypto.com, to access the card, as well as the rewards associated, such as cashback and Spotify, Netflix reimbursements. They have quite a few different rewards, which I think we'll get into in just a second. So with the Visa cards, what you do is you'll need to be... hang on. It's all down here. There we go. So the Visa cards require users to buy Crow and then lock it up for a 6-month period to access the Visa card. Similarly to the earn feature where you're locking up for a 1 month or 3 month or flexible period. With the Visa cards, however, you've got to lock up for at least a 6-month period to access the rewards. Now, this initial investment of however much it's going to be, we'll get into it in just a second, is going to be subject to the price of Crow. So if you invest $400 in Crow and you lock it up to access the what color is it? The ruby I can't remember what it's called. Ruby Steel or whatever it's called. The Visa card. That's going to be subject to the price of Crow. So the price of Crow might double in that period, and your investment might be $800, and not only have you accessed the rewards and everything, you've gotten $400, but it could also go the other way where you invest, your $400 or whatever into the Crypto.com Visa card, and then the price of Crow halves, and all of a sudden you've only got $200 left. You still have access to the rewards and the cashback features and whatever else, but your initial investment has, lost half its value. So if we have a look, here we go. The crypto, they got a little, might as well watch this whilst we're here. It's kind of interesting. The only card you need, no annual fees. What else are they going to do? There's all your cool different colors. Top up with Fiat or crypto. Alright, so I think we're back to the start. So that's right. So there is no annual fees with this, but it's the Crow lockup. So lockup means the holding of Crow in your Crypto.com app wallet for a period of 6 months. So you can invest up to $400,000 or all the way to nothing with the Midnight Blue, but you're not going to get any rewards with the Midnight Blue. So it's probably not really worthwhile, but we start, Ruby Steel. So we'll start at Ruby Steel. It goes all the way up to the $400,000. Now this varies. Obviously, it's not going to be $400 in each and every country. So here in Australia, it is 500 Aussie dollars, 5,000 Aussie dollars, 50,000 Aussie dollars, and 500,000 Aussie dollars. But then all the rewards are the exact same. So you still get 1, 2. You're still capped at $50. And all these reimbursement prices, like the $13.99 it's all pretty similar. So let's have a quick look through what we can get. So users who get the Ruby Steel card are going to get so it's going to be $400 to lock up, and you're going to get 1% cash back. And that's a maximum up to $25 a month. So I know it sounds bad, the cap of $25 a month, but in reality, you're probably not going to be spending that much money. And if you are spending that much money each and every month, consider upgrading maybe, because you're clearly splashing out a little bit. But $25 a month is pretty good, and you do get 6 months of Spotify. So they have changed this a little bit with the downturn in the bear market. You used to just get Spotify every month, reimbursed, cash back. But now it's only, for your first 6 months. So after that 6 months, you're just going to go back to the 1% cash back. So when your Visa card gets charged for Spotify, it's just going to go back to that 1%. And that's all you get with the Ruby Steel. With the Royal, Indigo, and Jade Green cards, so that's a $4,000 investment. Now you do get 2% per annum on this, not 2% per annum, sorry, 2% cash back. And that's up to $50. So if you spend $10, you get 20 cents. You get So you spend $10, you get 20 cents back. You spend $100, you get $2 back, so on and so forth. Anyway, and then with your Spotify, you get 6 months of Spotify. Netflix, you get 6 months, and then you do get airport lounge key access. I've never used the lounge key access, have no idea what it's like. I've heard people say it's really good. People who travel a lot, they enjoy it, but I've never used it personally. Now with the $40,000 card, you got the Frosted Rose Gold and Icy White. Now with these two tiers where there's two cards, you get to pick which color you want. So I chose the Royal Indigo over the Jade Green, and you can then choose whether you want Frosted Rose Gold or Icy White. Now with this one, you get 3% cash back. You then get Spotify, Netflix, Amazon Prime. I think it's 10% cash back for Expedia, and 10% back for Airbnb. You get airport lounge access plus one guest. You then get Crypto.com private. So if we go back to the Crypto.com earn feature where they talk about private members, this is what they're referring to. So people who have staked in the Crypto.com Visa cards. So there it is there, the earn bonus reward, exclusive merchandise, and that's everything you get. Now you do also earn interest on this one. So with this Frosted Rose Gold and Icy White card, you earn 8% per annum on that initial investment, and that gets paid out weekly to your Crypto.com wallet. So very similar to the earn feature, except you just get a flat 8%, which is really good. And it's the same with the Royal Indigo card and Jade Green. You get instead of 8% though, you get 4%. So 4% on that 4,000, 8% on 40,000. And this is where it gets a bit ridiculous. The Obsidian card, I don't know who's investing in this. It's a lot of money to put into the Crypto.com Visa card, but you do get some crazy good rewards. You get 5% cash back, which is amazing. Spotify, Netflix, Amazon Prime reimbursements, 10% off Expedia, 10% off Airbnb, airport lounge key access, Crypto.com private, earn bonus rewards, and then you do get that 8% interest rate on the Obsidian card. So that's a lot of information to take in. There are also some other small restrictions, but we won't get into that at the moment. I've got a slightly simplified version of this on a Google Sheets, because I think this is a lot easier to look at. So we've got the Ruby Steel card. So the investment is $400. You get 1% cash back. Now that's just assuming you spend $5,000 a year. A lot of people are probably going to spend more than that using this Visa card. I don't know. At the time when I did this, I just Googled what's the average, expenditure of people or whatever I Googled, and it said about $5,000. So I just went, sure, that's good enough. 6 months of Spotify at that $13.99 or $14 per month is $84. So your return on investment is $134 or 33.5%. But then, of course, after the first year, now that you're not getting Spotify, you're only going to be getting, that $50 a year, maybe more. You could double it really if you wanted to. If you think you're going to spend $10,000 a year, or if you think you're going to spend $15,000 a year, double it, triple it, whatever. But you're going to be, assuming you spend $5,000 a year, it's going to be 12.5% return. And then you can see here, Royal Indigo, a $4,000 investment, $100 in cash back. 6 months of Spotify and Netflix, both at $84. And then you do get that 4% interest rate. So you get about $428 return on investment, or about 10.7%. And then after that first year, you get about 6.5%. So quite a steep decline in terms of percentage, but still a pretty decent reward. $428 for a $4,000 investment. I think most people are going to be happy with a 10% return. That's all people really expect when they're getting into things like the stock market or real estate or something. You're not really getting 10% anywhere. Now the Icy White, this is where the rewards I think get really good. So you've got the $40,000 investment, you get 3% cash back. Honestly, if you've got a $40,000 Visa card, you're probably going to be spending more than $5,000 a year, but each to their own. So you get a full year of Spotify. You get unlimited Spotify now. It's not just the first 6 months. So that's $168. Same with Netflix. Same with Amazon. an interest rate of 8% per annum, which gives you 3,200. Return on investment for that year is 3,866, or 9.67% as a percentage for return on investment. So that's really good. 9.67% on a $40,000 investment. Why not? That's pretty good, right? And then the Obsidian card, we got a $400,000 investment. Same thing again. I'm only basing this off $5,000. If you've got a $40,000 Visa card, you're probably going to be spending more than $5,000 a year. You could double this, triple this, quadruple this. Who knows? It's up to you guys, whatever you think you spend. Yeah, you do also get Spotify, Netflix, Amazon, and that 8% interest, which is now $32,000, which is just crazy. So you do get $32,766 for your $400,000, or 8.19%. So you guys can kind of see these Visa cards, they do have enormous potential, kind of like the earn feature, where, you know, the earn feature, it can be really bad if you're only doing if you're only doing flexible terms, and you're only doing Bitcoin and you haven't invested in the Visa cards. It can be really bad rewards. It's probably not even worthwhile at that point. But if you're doing, you know, long-term earn features or the 3-month lock-in with and you've got the Visa cards, it becomes really good. And it's kind of the same with the Visa cards, where the more you have invested, the better these rewards really become. Now, yes, okay, you're not going to be earning the same in terms of a percentage. You know, you're not going to be getting 12.5% is the highest actually, and it's with the Ruby Steel. So yeah, obviously, you know, that's a higher percentage return, but really, you know, 8.19% on $400,000 investment, that is absolutely fantastic. You cannot complain with that. So if we continue down a bit, these Visa cards can be spent anywhere. Visa is accepted, so most people already probably have a Visa card or a MasterCard or something. I've never really had a trouble with spending using my Crypto.com Visa card. It's pretty well accepted everywhere. It's important to note some merchants won't receive cash back. So when I go to pay insurance companies are one of the merchants that don't get cash back. So when you're doing your car or house insurance or whatever you're doing, you won't get cash back for that. There are a few more. So like your mortgage can't be paid using this Visa card, because obviously Crypto.com don't want to be paying off people's mortgages and getting, you know, 5% cash back. That would be absolutely ridiculous. So there are some limitations to lean it more towards just your everyday spending, your groceries, your shoes, whatever else you're going to be buying. And it is important. This is probably an entire video of itself. There's a lot to get into with these Visa cards. I have definitely not covered everything yet, and these Visa cards are not available everywhere Crypto.com is available. So similarly, what I was saying earlier with the Geo-Restrictions, just because Crypto.com is available in your country doesn't mean every single feature of Crypto.com is going to be available in your country, because they do have to get different regulations, different approvals and whatever else to use this sort of feature. Now, I do actually have my own. I don't know if you guys can, it's not very good lighting. Oh, it's kind of focused there, but I do have the, Royal Indigo card. So this is the $4,000 card. And to be honest, guys, I'm really happy with it. I've liked investing in it. It's, has it given me the best returns? Not over the bear market so much, but, you know, I'm sure things will swing around. But in terms of ease of use, have I ever had any difficulties? No, not really. Everything's been pretty smooth, and it's worked out great for me so far. I've never had any dilemmas, you know, not getting my rewards or anything like that. It's all been pretty clear, and, you know, no issues so far. So that's everything for the Visa card, I think. Alright, let's get on to the next feature now. So the Crypto.com exchange. So this is where you're going to be wanting to do most of your trading if you're looking to actively trade the market and kind of make short-term gains. This is where you're going to avoid most of your fees. This is where the spread's going to be really low. This is really where you're going to be making your money, sort of thing, for trading. So whilst the Crypto.com exchange is a separate application to the Crypto.com app, this sentence doesn't make sense. Oh no, sorry. Whilst the Crypto.com exchange is a separate application, The Crypto.com app and exchange allow for seamless transfers between the two. There we go. That sentence did make sense. So if I get out the Crypto.com app again, so this is kind of the advantage of using these two as kind of like they coexist. The Crypto.com ecosystem as a whole complements itself time and time again. Similarly with how, the Visa cards allow for greater rewards in the earn feature, using the Crypto.com app and the Crypto.com exchange really allows for seamless transitions between money if you want to be moving money between the two. So if we jump into the app, hang on, I'm just going to Face ID. So say we wanted to move some money between my accounts. So here we've got all the different accounts now. The values are obviously blurred, but we've got my Crypto.com wallet. So that's just like the Crypto.com what I've got in the app per se. You've got the exchange, Crypto.com earn, the supercharger, which we'll get to, Visa cards. So that's like how much money is in my Visa card ready to spend, sort of thing. My Fiat wallet and Crypto.com NFTs. Alright, so when we want to move money into the Crypto.com exchange, all you've got to do is hit kind of the center button, the big Crypto.com icon, go Crypto wallet. This takes us through to here. Now this would normally display all of our values. Now this is the Crypto.com app wallet, so what we've got in our app, not the exchange or anything yet. And let's say we just want to transfer. You could deposit or withdraw. We just hit withdraw, and then we can go to the Crypto.com users. So this is a way, say you wanted to share some money with some friends or something, then you can go to the Defi Wallet or the exchange. So it's really simple to move money between them. And say we just want to go exchange, and then you just hit whichever crypto you want, and then you just continue on with those prompts, and it will just send it straight to your Crypto.com exchange, and then you would have money on the exchange ready to trade, ready to do whatever you got to do on the exchange. But it is important. Let's take a look at some of these fees for the Crypto.com exchange. Now here we have all the fees. So we've got yet again another leveled or tiered sort of system for what they're doing. So level 1 here. So there's so much to go into with this. It's kind of ridiculous. So they've got all their different Crow stake, how much you've got locked up. So say you've got less than or equal to 1,000 Crow. You can see here that the fees kind of change here. So once we got, so you get 3% off. So say you've got, it must be great. Sorry, I'm reading my greater than or less than signs. So say you've got greater than 1,000 Crow locked up. You're going to be getting 3% off your maker and taker fees. And then that is also, or your fees are also relevant to how much you're trading. So every 30 days, how much money are you trading in this exchange? So if you're trading less than 250,000, you're going to be having the full fee, but of course minus that 3% for your Crow lock-in, which is then going to bring it down to 0.0728, which is honestly still a fantastic reward rate. That is pretty good. You couldn't really complain with that. But then it kind of gets, ridiculous. So say you're trading over $250,000 every 30 days, you're going to be getting a lower fee yet again. Now there is a difference between your maker and taker. We'll have a look at that, what the difference is and why they're a bit different. So, and then, if it goes bigger, say you're trading a million, it's going to go down again. Say you're trading over 5 million, it's going to go down again. Say you're trading over $10 million, you're going to have 0 maker fees. So that's pretty crazy. 0 fees when trading crypto. Using Crypto.com, all you have to do is trade $10 million. Now, most of us aren't actually able to do that. Sorry guys, my phone was just ringing, so I had to cut away quickly there. But we're up to, most of us don't trade $10 million. But if you do, you get 0 fees. So it's kind of like, the big money. They're really looking at institutional investors here, people who have huge amounts of money. And this is why you're going to see people be bullish of Crow probably. over the coming years, because they are really advertising to lots and lots of money. And people, when they have lots of money, they're probably going to buy lots and lots of Crow and stake it, because you can see here, this is where things get ridiculous again. Say you stake $50,000, or sorry, 50,000 Crow. I don't think that's dollars. I think that's just total Crow. There are 0 maker fees, so you will not be paying fees if you're a maker. There are some taker fees, of course, but they are pretty low. And it just gets more and more ridiculous. You literally get a rebate. If you have 100,000 Crow, you're going to be getting paid back, actually, for trading, which is just kind of crazy. 500,000 Crow, you're going to be getting more payback. 1 million Crow, you're going to be getting more paid back. 10 million Crow, you're going to be getting more and more. If you're a maker fee, you're literally going to be getting no fees. In fact, you're going to be getting paid back some of those fees, which is just incredible. But most people, unfortunately, don't have 10 million Crow, and they're probably not trading 10 million US dollars a year. So I think for the majority of users, 0.728% or whatever, that's still pretty competitive. That's a generally good fee for exchanges, and you can't really complain with that. It's a good fee, and it does have the aspect of being so interconnected with the rest of the Crypto.com ecosystem, with the DeFi wallet, with the app. It makes things a lot easier to use all the different features all together, instead of having a Binance exchange account just because they offer slightly lower fees. I think a lot of people would just happily take a smaller or a slightly larger fee in their trading fees in order to just have the ease, and maybe save up some Crow and get lower fees eventually with time. So the difference between maker and taker fees, because that's kind of important when you're looking at this, because obviously everyone wants to get reimbursed when they're trading, but most people probably aren't actually makers. They're probably not makers in the exchange sense. So maker fees are for people who add liquidity, and taker fees are for people who take liquidity. So let's take a quick look. I just had this article here because I thought it helped simplify things, sort of. So maker fees are people who contribute to orders, add liquidity to the order books, and these orders are not filled immediately. So if you're putting in a buy stop, so when the price of something drops to a particular price, I'll buy there, that's a maker fee, because you're adding liquidity to the order books, because when the price drops into your range, you're adding money into the order books, which is great. Whereas taker fees are people who are just buying on the spot. They're taking liquidity from the market, and those orders are filled immediately. So you just log. So that's probably most people, where they just log in. They go, I'm going to buy some of this. They press buy, and it instantly buys it into their account. That's a taker fee. Whereas a maker fee is someone, you might have a stop loss. You might have like a buy stop or something, where the price hits a particular area, and then you sell. That's where you're kind of creating liquidity in the market. So that's this very simple difference. And this is what I was talking about before. Not all features are available everywhere. For example, Oz futures and in Oz, futures and perpetuals are not available, only spot trades. So it is kind of important to note that, same thing again, just because Crypto.com is available in your country doesn't mean every single feature is available. Crypto.com DeFi Wallet. Crypto.com offers users a DeFi wallet separate to the Crypto.com app in order to allow users to take control of their assets and interact directly with DeFi projects. So this was it's briefly advertised in here. Where is it? Here it is. So the DeFi wallet. So this is kind of just another branch of Crypto.com, where they allow users to have the DeFi wallet. This is kind of taking control of your own assets. So your keys, your crypto. So with this, you're going to have your own key. You're going to have your own code and everything to log in. It's completely in your control. You don't, there's no one to lean onto if you forget your password or anything. This is all you. But you do have access to some pretty good features, where it's the DeFi earn. So a lot of people are going to be staking Crow in the Crow Crypto.com DeFi wallet, and earning really good rewards like 11, 12, 13% per annum. Some people earn on their crypto.com by staking it in the DeFi wallet. And you can see here they got DeFi swap. I don't actually know what that is, but I don't really use the crypto.com app, to be honest. Or sorry, the crypto.com DeFi wallet, to be honest. But it is a way, if you want to kind of separate yourself from crypto.com, you want to maybe yield some really good rewards on some cryptos that you can't get on centralized exchanges, but you can get in a DeFi ecosystem. This is a great way to go. It allows you to take control of your assets, because say hypothetically crypto.com went under, they went bankrupt, they lost all their money, and you had, $10,000 worth of Bitcoin in your crypto.com app. You might lose that forever, but if you have it in your crypto.com DeFi wallet, that's entirely separate of crypto.com. You'll keep hold of that. You can just send it off to a different wallet and you'll be sweet. It's not attached to crypto.com. So it kind of allows a bit of a buffer between the two. It still has a lot of great features like that seamless, say you wanted to transfer between the two, between your crypto.com DeFi wallet, your app, and your exchange. It's all seamless. It's all super duper easy. It just it allows you to take a bit more control of your assets. Crypto.com also allows users to access NFTs, which is a pretty good feature. I think a lot more exchanges should probably look at doing this. So what have I got written here? Crypto.com allows users to purchase and hold NFTs through the Crypto.com app. So let's just take a look at this because it's kind of hard to explain. I don't really buy and sell NFTs, so I'm probably better off just showing you. So here we are in the home screen. If we just scroll down, you've got a few different things. NFTs, collect, trade, mint NFTs. So you can see we've got all the different collections, marketplace. I don't know anything about NFTs. You guys can probably decipher this a little bit better than me. But you can see just Bored Ape Yacht Club. So we've got, these ones are $100,000. You can have a look at the activity, the 90-day chart, the 100-day chart, whatever you want to look at, the all-time chart. These actually hold their price pretty well. I'm kind of surprised. I don't look at NFTs very often, but here we are. You can see you've got all your different Bored Apes all here. There's heaps and heaps of different NFTs. I really don't know any of these. I don't know what they're about. But if you're into this sort of thing, it's all here for you. It's ready to go. And you can hold these in the Crypto.com app. You could transfer them to your DeFi wallet if you wanted to hold them a bit more securely, especially if they're like a Bored Ape or something where they're super duper expensive. So it can be, if you're into this sort of thing, it's a pretty good app. It's got everything I think you'd probably need for it. You can buy, sell, hold, do whatever you got to do. But yeah, so there it is for you. So Crypto.com also offer the Supercharger event. Now this is extremely similar to the Crypto.com earn feature, but instead of locking up, for example, Bitcoin for Bitcoin or Ethereum for Ethereum, you're just locking up Crow exclusively. So just the Cronos coin, and what you're going to be earning is going to be different. So they kind of have these as each individual event. It might be a Bitcoin event where you lock up your Crow and you get rewarded in Bitcoin, or it might be an Ethereum event, or it could be Doge. It could be anything, whatever they decide on the particular event. Now let's have a look at this in the app. It's another one of those ones where it's pretty simple to explain once you're actually in the app. So here we are yet again on the home page. If we just scroll down to here, we've got our Supercharger, and you can see it was displaying, a possibility of a 17% reward. So how this works basically is that they have a charging period. So these are often, 30, 40, 50 days. This one I think is a 60-day charging period. So you can lock up your Crow or not lock up actually, it's completely flexible, sorry. So there is no lockup period for this. So you can put your Crow into the Supercharger. It has to be at least 100 Crow, or so what's that, like $10 basically. And it can be up to anything. And then you're going to be earning a variable rate on that. So how it works is you can see that they've got the current pool size is 1.269 billion Crow, and the allocation is $250,000 worth of Bitcoin. So that $250,000 at the end of the charging period is going to be split between users depending on how much they've staked and for how long they've staked it. So if you staked, let's say, 600 million, just for a round number, or half of all the Crow, you know, you're going to be getting a huge reward of, you know, $125,000 worth of Bitcoin. But most people don't have that, obviously. So, you know, it's just going to be, dependent on how much you stake and for how long. And then after the charging period, there's going to be a rewards period. So that's often the exact same time period as the charging period. So say a 60-day charging period, there's going to be a 60-day reward period where you get paid out every single day depending on how much you've staked and for how long. And that's just going to go into your Crypto.com app wallet. So in the token that's being advertised. So here we currently have a Bitcoin charging period. They're saying it's going to be around a 17.18% reward at the moment, or 17.18 APY at the moment, which is pretty good. And if we see some past events, you're going to see a whole bunch of different ones. So they did Bitcoin actually pretty recently. There was a Doge one, Kudos, Ethereum, another Ethereum, Fiat, I don't even know what that is, Ali, and you can kind of see how the rewards changed quite a bit. So this ETH one, this was probably during the height of the bull market. Is it got it here? Oh, it doesn't look like it's actually got it. Oh, there we go. So this one was $500,000 worth of ETH, which you could have staked in for that lockup, or the charging period, sorry. And you would have got about a 42% APY, which would have been pretty crazy. So that's the supercharger. It's pretty well just another way of earning money on your crypto. If you don't want to lock it into the Crypto.com earn or anything, maybe you just want it a bit more flexible. The supercharger event is really, really good. Alright, we're almost done, guys. I promise. There's quite a lot to go through here. But now we're on to missions. So completing missions will earn users diamonds, which can then be exchanged for prizes such as Crow, NFTs, etc. This is a good feature for new users to learn all the features of the Crypto.com app, e.g. recurring buys, topping up Visa cards. So there's a bunch of different challenges you can do to unlock diamonds. So here we are, back on the Crypto.com app, believe it or not, just above missions here. If we go into this, you can see here that they've got a bunch of different missions. So the first one is obviously a status check. So if you literally just log into the Crypto.com app, go into here, you hit unlock, you're going to get 1 diamond, which is cool, I guess. And then we can store that in our vault. Now, if you buy or sell $20 US dollars worth of crypto in a single transaction, you're going to get 5 diamonds. $500 in a single transaction, you're going to get 60 diamonds, which is pretty good. But I think it's just handy for newer users because you've got things like make a single recurring buy. I actually haven't done that yet. I don't really want to make a recurring buy in the Crypto.com app, but you would get 20 diamonds for that. Double defense, that's probably just like setting up something, I'm not sure. Anyway, and there's a bunch of different ones here. So like if you're spending money, if you're upgrading your Visa card, all this sort of different things that you can do inside the app, you're going to get rewarded for. And it's a good way for new users to go through, discover the new features. I think if you click on it, it actually gives you a kind of like a step-by-step a guide sort of thing as to how to do that. So it's a good way to explore the new app. And once you have some diamonds, so I've got 26 at the moment. So if we go into the store, I've been saving it actually just for this video, believe it or not. So we've got a bunch of different items you can get. So there actually is some cool stuff like a PSG stadium tour, because Crypto.com do actually sponsor Paris. So if you want to get a free stadium tour, you can purchase it with 3,000 diamonds. Or you could buy a NFT. They've got some signed jerseys of teams that they sponsor as well. The UFC, they also sponsor. The Formula 1, 18,000 diamonds. So I don't know how you get 18,000 diamonds. That's a bit ridiculous, because I've only got 26, and I'm going to buy a mystery box with this. Now, if we redeem this with 25 diamonds, go redeem. We got a silver box, so that's alright. And then if we hit redeem, congratulations, you got 6 Crow. So I've got 6 Crow absolutely for free, because I just log in every day and I redeem the reward, the 1 diamond. And every 25 days or so I get a free box, and sometimes I get a decent amount of Crow. So can't really complain. 6 Crow is good enough for me. But that's the missions. That should update and go back to 1. There we go. And you can see, if you really want these rewards, then you could, strive for it. But I think for most people, it's just going to be handy just to kind of learn the app, go through, spend some time, trying to unlock all these. as kind of a way just to learn the app and all its different features. Alright, so Crypto.com also have their Crypto.com Pay. So pay, so what have I got written here? Pay for various different goods using crypto and Crypto.com Pay to receive rewards. So these rewards are often better than the Visa card cashback. However, you have to spend Crow. So yet again, if we go into the app and we're at the top of the page, so we've got buy, sell, deposit, and pay. So if we go into pay, they have a bunch of different ways you can use your crypto to buy different things, like gift cards, for example. As you can see here, we've got 10% on BWS, 5% on Woolies, which is just a grocery store. So you could buy. So if we think about this with like some of the Visa cards, like my one that I have, the Royal Indigo Visa card, where I only get 2% cash back. If I wanted to spend some of my Crow to get a better reward, I could spend. I could use Crypto.com Pay here. And you can see here, actually, yeah, so with a Crow lockup, yet again, it's kind of like if you have Crow locked up, you get better rewards. But if I wanted to get a $10 gift card or whatever, is it going to work? I don't think I want to press pay because I don't want to accidentally pay for anything. But I would use my Crow that's in my wallet, and then that would give me the Visa, the gift card, and then I would actually get a 5 or a 10% cash back, which is pretty good. They also allow you, so you could like scan QR codes. So there's my Google Doc for you guys. But so if there was like QR codes, so you want to pay directly with crypto, you could do that, which is pretty good. They also offer airtime, which is like a way to top up your phone. I don't know how exactly this works, but I think you just get like a better reward for topping up your phone, like your phone bill every month with Crow. You get like 5 or 10% back. But you can see they've got a bunch of different companies here that you could use and get better rewards. 6%, 10%. You're not really getting that with any of the Visa cards. So it is a way you could probably get some better rewards. You can see here I've never used it. I don't have any rewards. You can also send. So if you want to send some money, I'll just blur out all their contacts. But on the bottom there, it's got a whole bunch of my contacts. And you can get 10% back for just sending crypto to friends. So there's a few different ways. You can see that Crypto.com are trying to effectively accelerate, as they would say, the transition into a crypto sort of world, where they're making real life, real tangible things that you can do with the Crypto.com app, such as Crypto.com Pay, where you can actually buy for things using crypto. Now, just about last, you've probably seen it. I think if you've ever logged on, you've probably logged online or turned on the TV, you've probably seen this. You may or may not have thought about it or not, but Crypto.com have a lot and a lot and a lot of sponsorships. So, what have I got written here? Crypto.com sponsor many different, excuse me, God, it's been a long day, different events, teams, and leagues. So, we saw earlier the Formula 1. They sponsor the 76ers, which is a basketball team for the NBA. The Crypto.com Arena, or that's like the Lakers Arena. You can probably see they've renamed that. The Australian Football League, like the AFL, they have a sponsorship with them. Fnatic, they're a really big esports org. You might or may not have heard of them if you're into esports. But they have a sponsorship with them. And of course their big one, the World Cup. They were up there with, some of the biggest brands like Coca-Cola and McDonald's and whatever else sponsored the FIFA World Cup. And they were, you've seen the highlights of Messi, when he scores all his goals and everything. I can't remember. I didn't really watch the World Cup, but I saw some pictures and stuff of him like knee sliding after he scored a goal, and the Crypto.com banner was in the background. So it was pretty cool to see. And you kind of see that real world integration yet again. That's what they're really, really pushing for. And we also saw PSG, they're sponsored, which is also Messi, which is pretty cool. But yeah, they have heaps and heaps of sponsors, so you're probably going to see them around more and more as time goes on, especially now if you're, paying attention. You're going to see it a lot. I pay a little bit of attention, and I see them all the time. All right, last but not least, refer a friend. So by using a referral code, you'll get $25 worth of Crow for free when you sign up and invest in one of the Crypto.com Visa cards. So this is by far one of the best new user rewards, I think, or the onboarding rewards, or whatever you want to call it. Most exchanges I use just offer 10 Aussie dollars worth of Crow. These guys are offering 25 US dollars, or not $10 worth of Crow, sorry, $10 worth of Bitcoin. But Crypto.com, they offer $25 worth of Crow for free when you sign up and invest in one of the Visa cards. So if you get you can't just get the free Midnight Blue one, you have to at least get the Ruby Steel. So if you get the Ruby Steel and lock up your Crow for 6 months, you're going to unlock that $25 worth of Crow, which is really good. I did it a long time ago when I signed up for Crypto.com. And it went straight into my wallet, and it was like, cool, I got heaps and heaps of Crow for free, and I was like, pretty stoked at the time. But yeah, so just use a referral code once you signed up, and you'll get that $25 for free. I will leave mine in the description, so you guys can use that if you feel if you feel like using it, or if you've got someone else's, like you got a friend or someone, feel free to use theirs because they'll get $25 as well. So if you know someone, definitely just use it because absolutely free. You're gonna get $25, or you and your mate might get $50 in total, which is pretty awesome. You might as well do it. Anyways, guys, that's I think just about gonna do it. I think that's pretty well everything very briefly covered in the Crypto.com app. This has been a huge video. I've been standing here for a long time now, but hopefully you guys got something out of it. Hopefully you understand some of their features just a little bit better. I will go in depth into more of these on later videos. I'm definitely going to go into the Visa cards a bit more because, as I said, I've been using this thing for a long time now, and I think I understand it well enough to talk about it. So to help you guys see if it's the right investment for you or not. But if you're new to crypto and you're not really sure what you want to use, Crypto.com works. If you're unsure, just try it out. You never know. It won't hurt to just have the app there ready to use. Try it out. See what works. See what doesn't. Try the earn feature. Use it for a little bit. Don't use it. It doesn't really matter. It's totally up to you guys. There's heaps of different exchanges. There's heaps of options. You're never going to get the perfect one. But I think Crypto.com, they have such a wide variety of features that it's pretty hard to miss with these guys. You're generally going to have just about everything you want, all at your fingertips, ready to go for you. So definitely give it a bell. Use my referral code if you feel like it. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you all for watching.